So I always used to tell people about how you could ride a bicycle from Rodeo Drive there in Beverly Hills. You could literally ride a bicycle from Rodeo Drive down to Figueroa Street in Compton, probably in like 10 minutes because it's downhill. And, you know, going from the richest zip code in America to something, I don't even know why it has a zip code. But this is another perfect example of what I'm talking about. I just left Ukiah, California, which is today is just an unbelievable ghetto. The things that I just saw. I mean, there was this woman, man, in the restaurant. She came in looking for a straw. She was like a ghost. She was whispering. She was wearing like a ballerina outfit that belonged to some little kid. It looked like a Tinkerbell thing. She was barefoot and her feet were filthy dirty, and she was just spaced out of her mind. And anyway, I purposely came down here to drive this road right here, Ore Springs Road, because it's another perfect example of what I'm talking about. Ukiah, California is beyond imagination. It's beyond imagination. And this road from Ukiah over to Medocino, I mean, the differences just couldn't be greater. First of all, this road is one of the most scenic and beautiful drives anywhere. I was telling this person I know that I used to ride, I'd go all the way from Seattle on my motorcycle just to come down here and ride this road. But like right now, I just want to get out of this heat. But this road goes from Ukiah, California, just a drug-infested rat nest, over to the most beautiful, one of the most beautiful areas in the entire country, where there's no drugs, there's no ghosts walking around in ballerina outfits, and I mean, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know what America is going to do to itself or for itself, because yeah, I'm having a hard time thinking of something to say. Not really, of course, but as I'm driving on this road, I'm just remembering all the times I rode this road on a motorcycle. It's really one of the most ultimate motorcycle roads in the world, for sure, because it comes right out on the Pacific coast of the ocean. And I mean, it's a scary feeling of leaving that place that I just left, thinking that this road ends up in something beautiful. Anyway, I'm going to camp up here at the top, somewhere up in the woods, pull over and let this person go by. And by the way, shit, man, I'm risking my sanity, my freedom, and more than likely my life, even coming up here by myself. All my friends are dead. I got no living relatives. I don't have anyone to call if I break down. Luckily, I got enough resources to call a complete total stranger, like, you know, a towing company, but that's not going to happen anyway. Look at this beautiful scenery. And when we get up here, I mean, we'll be in the woods, man. There's a beautiful river up here. All kinds of places to just pull over and enjoy the silence. America's got so many problems, and I think they're unfixable problems. Anybody who says they're going to make America great again is, I don't know, man. That's a pretty ballsy plan. They should have started 50 years ago. I mean, China has a plan, you know, to destroy America from within. And it is working with the help of, that's right, Mexico. You can't import all the chemicals to make fentanyl into the United States. But because Mexico is a lawless country, well, they just import the chemicals from China directly into Mexico. I saw a video on YouTube. A Mexican dude with his Wranglers and his cowboy boots and his little white cowboy hat. And they were literally out there in a horse pasture, a corral, mixing up fentanyl in what looked like a galvanized wash basin. Yeah, he was mixing it up with a stick. He had a respirator on. You know, and I'm looking at that video. I used to live in Mexico, and I'm thinking to myself, you know, there's a little mountain in the background, and I said to myself, you know what, I bet I could find that place. But I mean, nobody wants to solve the problems Mexico's down in Mexico, because, you know, I hear all these politicians talking about how, you know, they're going to do this, that, or the other thing. But the real secret truth is, none of those politicians want to fix Mexico, because, you know, the nice Mexican people, they make about $5 a day, not an hour, a day. And every corporation, like Toyota, General Motors, Ford, Volkswagen, they all have operations down there, taking advantage of the Mexican people too. And so the real truth is, whenever you hear a politician talking about how, you know, I mean, imagine if you knew of a place right up the road where you could make $20 an hour. Well, you'd think you were a millionaire if you came from a place where you made $5 a day. And I got news for you, man. It was too late 20 years ago. Yeah, because you know what, those Mexicans who live here, and by the way, it's legal to come to the United States. People come here from all over the world. But I know how Mexican people think. Like I said, I used to live down there. And I know what they say when they're sitting around drinking their Budweiser. They say, "This is our country now, amigo." And that's exactly the way they think. This is our country now. Anyway, this is an amazing road, man. Luckily, human beings don't live forever, and I won't have to worry about it. But anyway, see, there's a place right there I could pull over and sleep tonight. Anyway, it's an amazing road. Yeah, it's hard to believe. I believe that ghost woman in the ballerina outfit is 10 minutes from that mansion down there. Look at this place. Look at that place. It's just unbelievable, man. Those people who live down there, I wonder what they think when they go down there to Ukiah. They're only 10 minutes away from that ghetto. Whoever lives down there. Look at this place. This is truly one of the most amazing roads I've ever been on. And I mean, I keep using the word amazing. It's really beyond imagination. Just like I said, it comes right out. It literally comes out across the street from the Pacific Ocean. It goes from that just deplorable ghetto to, you know, I I guess, what everyone's idea of America is. You know, people from other countries. They don't think of Ukiah, California. They think of this. Last time I came on this road, it was 2:30 in the morning when I got on the other end down there. And I came over this road in the dark on a motorcycle. The lens on this phone is basically smashed. I should be using one of my other cameras. Hopefully it comes out okay. These people managed to buy these properties way back when. I guarantee this road started out as an Indian trail too. They needed a way to get to the ocean. Like I keep saying, this road comes out right across the street from the Pacific Ocean, where the people who live over there, oh man, they're different. Oh yeah, they're really different. As in, really entitled. It'd be cool if it rained around here and everything was green, you know, the ground, the grass. There's just nowhere left to go. I mean, you know, if you lived up here and you've seen what's going on down there in Ukiah. And you're thinking, man, we got to get out of here. Those people are going to come get us. Well, there's really nowhere else to go. Not in this country. Yeah, you can go out in the middle of Montana, freeze your ass off in the wintertime. But there's just like, there's nowhere left to go to hide from these people. They're taking over. The country is literally collapsing in on itself. All politicians know it too. And that's why the only real, the only thing they really care about is, of course, themselves. They're all completely, totally full of shit. All of them. The only choice you have in America today is to somehow make it so that you can, live up here, insulate yourself from the rest of it, or you can just run, or I suppose you could shoot yourself in the head or something. Yeah, YouTube won't even publish this video because I said that. Let's see what happens. Google Maps says it's a 44-minute drive. The way that I used to do it, I used to take some turn somewhere where the road turns to dirt, and it takes a lot longer than 44 minutes. But today, I'm in a hurry. I'm on my way to Yuma, Arizona, which is the complete opposite direction. But since I was down here, I wanted to drive this road one more time. So I came over here to do it. In a car that gets 8 miles to the gallon. And where, when we get over here into Medocino, gas is nearly $6 a gallon, which is no big deal. You gotta pay to play. Like I said, though, I cannot imagine what it must be like for the people who live up here. When they go down there, man, to Ukiah and see what's going on. I was gonna go to Walmart, buy some stuff. I went over there and I said, oh my God, man, you gotta get out of here, like right now. There was all kind of broken down cars with no wheels and curtains hanging in the broken windows of these vans out in the parking lot. And I said, no way, man, I have got to get out of here, like right now. Don't even get out of the car. And I'm the kind of guy that, I think a lot of people look at me and would be afraid. Not because I'm one of those people, but because, people say I'm mean, scary looking. I'm not. I always tell people, oh my God, I can smell my brakes. I always tell people, no, I'm the good kind of asshole. I'm a bully fighter. I'm only mean if you're mean. Oh yeah, my brakes are on fire. Ah, jeez, man. Trying to do too many things at once. Bought me a gimbal today. But I was in too much of a hurry to ride this road to get it out of the box and put it together and read the instructions. So instead, I can't continue to do this though, man. I can smell the front brakes on this thing. Like I keep saying, this van only has 12,000 miles on it. It's 28 years old. It's a former police department vehicle, mobile command center precinct. But I think that's why it only has 12,000 miles. Nobody can figure out what's going on with the front brakes in this thing. You know, I've been working on stuff since I was 8 years old. And I replaced every single solitary part of the entire braking system. And the front brakes still have demons. If I keep going like this time the truck's literally going to catch on fire. Yesterday they were smoking like crazy. Pretty bad when you got to put a fence like that around your place way up here in the middle of nowhere. Something tells me these people don't have a very good cell phone signal. What a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful place. Oh, I think that's the Ore Hot Spring place right there. Yeah, it must be. Those goddamned hippies. Yep. A lot of Subarus up here. Always driving 10 miles an hour under the speed limit. Remember that commercial on TV when I was a kid, when Subarus first came out? The husband says, "What is that?" And the wife says, "It's a Subaru." And the husband says, "A what?" And the wife says, "It's a Subaru." That was back when they had the same commercials on TV. The husband says, it's a Chinese couple, Asian couple. He's sitting at the dinner table. He says to his wife, "How do you get my clothes so clean? How do you get my collar so white?" And the wife says, "That's an ancient Chinese secret." Of course, you couldn't have that commercial on TV today. There was that one, ancient Chinese secret. It's a Subaru. And then there was another one. That's a spicy meatball. Oh, and then the other one. I can't believe I ate the whole thing. Yeah, America was so different. Now you got commercials for Here Comes Honey Boo Boo, Pawn Stars, yeah, on the History Channel. Oh my God. I mean, I was there when cable TV first came out. It was an amazing thing. People, you know, people who are like 25 years old today, they don't know that, oh, this is the spot right here that I always picture in my mind when I think of this road. This spot right here. It's so peaceful here, man. God. Look at the size of that tree. Oh yeah, my brakes are on fire. There's smoke coming off the wheels. This would be a terrible place to have a vehicle fire, wouldn't it? I got a fire extinguisher though. It's absolutely silent here. Unbelievable, man. Listen. absolutely silent here. It is absolutely silent. The smell of burning asbestos hanging in the air. I just cannot overstate this thing I'm talking about. That drug-infested, so-called city of Ukiah. And then this. It's like 15 minutes away. I'm not kidding either. It is absolutely silent here. There isn't a sound. It's beyond unbelievable. I can hear some water running. Oh, man. The engine in this truck is so quiet that you can't even hear it. I remember one time when I was a teenager, I was at this Texaco station, and there was a guy there in it was like a, let's just say it was dark blue. It was a Rolls Royce from who knows when, like back in the 30s. And we were standing there talking about his car. The hood was about 10 feet long, had these giant chrome headlights. Look at the size of that tree. Yeah, we were standing there talking about that Rolls Royce. I was about 16 years old. He was about 80. And then he said, "It's running." And I said, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, it's running." You couldn't even hear the car run. And then he said, "Put your ear on the hood." Man, I could hear noise in there, but the car was completely silent. Just like this truck is. I don't know if you can hear it on the video, but this thing's running. It's a giant 460 cubic inch V8 engine. And as you can see, we're moving, but you can't even hear that engine. This thing is, like I said, it is 28 years old. It only has 12,000 original miles. But I mean, the engine is so quiet. I mean, you can't hear, there isn't a sound in the air out here. Not even a sound of birds. But that engine's so quiet you can't hear it either. No, now you can. Can you imagine what one of the people who lives around here would say if they came around a corner, saw me sitting out here next to this motorhome with my dog? Because the first thing they think is, I'm one of those people from Ukiah. It's the problem with driving in a 28-year-old motorhome. People automatically think you're one of those people. I was in Ashland, Oregon, yesterday. About 12:30, maybe it was 2:30 in the morning. And I went to a 7-Eleven to buy some water or whatever it was I was buying. And there was this young hippie guy in there. He was about 30 with long hair and a long beard. And he was real nice to me. But this thing's a giant truck. I had it parked across 4 or 5 different parking spots. And I got in the truck. A cop was coming down the main boulevard there. The second he saw this truck, and this thing's in beautiful condition, it looks brand new. Oh man, he pulled into that parking lot. As soon as I saw him, I knew exactly what he was going to do. He pulled into that parking lot. He slowed down to about 1 mile an hour. Maybe he made a full stop when he came alongside me. And then he exited the parking lot, put his car in reverse, and backed into a little driveway just right across the street. And he sat there in the car looking at me. But then I think he figured it out. You know, he looked at me, he looked at this truck. You can still see on the side where they took the letters off, giant letters, it says police. Same thing on the back. They left reflective blue stripes on there though, and you can tell it used to be a cop car. So anyway, I put this thing in gear and took off, and he just stayed sitting there. As soon as he saw this motorhome, that's what he thought. Uh-oh, it's a tweaker lodge. You want to get out, lady, and see what's going on down there? Huh? You want to go down there and play in the water? God, I cannot believe how nice it is here. Oh. Won't be widening this road anytime soon. Like when you go up there on the Avenue of the Giants or the Redwood Forest. Same thing. Yeah, those developers will never get their hands on this property. There's just not enough. I mean, this place is so vast that there's just not enough rich people in America to buy anything that was built here. There's only so many rich people in America. That's what most people don't know about America. There's only a few thousand super rich people in the country. It's not like there's millions of millionaires. There's not. You know what's amazing about this place compared to where I was yesterday? I was in a similar place yesterday, kind of like this, but there was no trespassing signs everywhere. There isn't here. Now this is the place that I've been planning on going all day, right here. This is the spot that I came down here to see, right here. This must be some kind of park or something, because there's a stall, like there's a bathroom over there. Oh man, that hubcap's too hot to even touch. Yeah, this thing could definitely catch on fire. It still might. I think the back brakes aren't working. That's why the front brakes are. Everyone that, you know, I'm the second owner. The original owner was the police department. I seriously think the reason, I think they just gave up on it. Just sat in the garage next to the fire engine in this little town in Seattle, little town outside of Seattle. And, yeah, it's virtually like brand new. I don't know if you can see it in the video. See, it says police on the side. says police, mobile precinct. Anyway. I know I can just keep saying this, but I can't. I just cannot get over how silent it is here. Maybe I'm just deaf. But that water's not even making any noise. Hell, I might as well just stay here. It's obviously a public area. There's a bathroom over there.
Head west on Ore Springs Road.
That was a long time ago. The size of that tree over there. Hey, where do you think you're going? Get down here. I gotta go catch my dog.